Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I'm bringing you my TBR for the last month of the Fullmetal challenge. This is the reading challenge that was hosted by Sarah over Novel Sarah-ndipity. I'll link the September prompt video down in the description box below in case you're interested to see what her explanation of the prompts for September will be. But I am super excited to complete this challenge. I should probably let you know how I did in August's round of reads. And so that theme was the transmutation circle. And I have to tell you that I am not doing so great on those reads. I have completed 2 out of the 6 prompts so far. I am going to have to rearrange a couple things on that, or on my planned TBR to finish all the prompts. As of the day that I am filming this, I do have over a week left, so I am still kind of confident that I'm going to be able to complete all of the prompts by the time the month is over, but we shall see. For the month of September, we get a few perks if we have completed a month or both months of the reading challenge. So if you've completed at least one of the month's reading challenges, you can combine your prompts, but you have to have 4 books to read on your TBR. If you've completed both of the months, you can combine as many prompts as you need to, and you don't have to have a set number of books on the TBR. So since I am not yet sure if I'm going to be able to complete August, I am going to take my perk and combine my prompts and have at least 4 books on my TBR for the month. So the theme for September is the 7 deadly sins, which plays a big role in the story of the Fullmetal Alchemist or Fullmetal Alchemist. And so I have my list here and the examples that Sarah gave, and so let's get into the books that I am planning to read to fulfill my last month of the Fullmetal challenge. So for the prompts of lust and sloth, I am going to be reading Juni Taisen, Zodiac War, story by Nishioisen, art by Hikaru Nakamura. This one is published by Viz, and there is no rating because it is a light novel. So it is a light novel. There are words inside, not the manga. I do actually have the manga, but for this challenge I'm going to be reading the light novel. And let me just explain to you why I'm using this one for those prompts. So I'm using it for lust because in this story the 12 representatives of the Zodiac are doing a battle royale. So they're each fighting each other for the chance to be the sole survivor to win their wish. So the prize at the end is to get your wish fulfilled, and it can be any wish. So if you can see on the cover, you have representatives of all of the zodiac signs, the Chinese zodiac, I should mention. And so I'm reading this for lust because there is a struggle for power, there is a want to be the victor, to win that wish. And so I am considering that as part of lust for that one wish. Then I'm also using this for sloth because you can see that I have a bookmark in here. I started reading this one at least 2 years ago. It may be even 3. I had a really hard time reading through this book. I'm not sure what it was. This is my first light novel that I had attempted, and I really wanted to read this before I read the manga and watched the anime, and I got stalled out right there. So I'm going to count this for sloth because it's taken me so long to finish this. Like I said, it's been at least 3 years now. I think if not 2.5, 3, it's around there. It's over 2 years. And so I definitely think this counts for sloth. So for Gluttony, I am going to use the Book One Cozies Club selection for the month. Book One Cozies Club is my book club where we read first books in Cozy Mystery series. And so for the month of September, we are reading A Caterer's Guide to Love and Murder. This is the first book in the Caterer's Guide to Crime Mystery series by Jessica Thompson. And obviously, because we're dealing with a caterer, there's going to be talk of food. I'm not sure if this one has recipes inside. It may, because we're talking about food. I'm not sure. In any case, we're talking about food. And one of the key words that Sarah had mentioned for this prompt is food. So since we're dealing with food, I thought it would fit the prompt of gluttony nicely. So that is what I'm going to be using for that one. So for the prompts of greed and envy, I am going to be using Inuyasha Volumes 1, 2, and 3. This is a story about our modern-day schoolgirl who gets transported into feudal Japan, where she meets Inuyasha, a half-demon, and they are on this big quest to find the shards of the Shikon jewel, which is a jewel that many demons are after because it can grant a wish. I guess this is the second thing I'm reading in the month that has to do with granting a wish, but there's a lot of people that want it, and so I feel like this series will fulfill the prompt of greed because we are dealing with the want of a possession. There is a lot of trickery that comes up in this story, as well as theft, and so I thought that this would fit the prompt of greed nicely, and it also still fills the prompt of envy nicely because within this story there is a lot of jealousy, there's unhappiness, resentment, and those are all keywords that have come up on the prompt for envy as well. I have not yet read this series, but I have watched the entirety of the anime. So because this came up for a prompt in my rotating decks TBR game, I thought it would fit those two prompts for the Fullmetal challenge nicely. For the prompt of Wrath, I will be reading Volume 2 of Ragna Crimson. This one is by Daiki Kobayashi, published by Square Enix, and is rated older teen. In this one, we are in a world that is kind of being decimated by dragons, and we're following a dragon slayer named Ragna, who is on a mission to rid the world of these dragons. So, obviously, just by that description alone, I feel like this will fit the prompt of Wrath rather well. Not only the wrath of dragons, but the wrath of these dragon slayers. And so I read Volume 1 for my manga club. You can hear my thoughts on it in my Monochrome Manga Club Series First Impressions video. The Monochrome Manga Club is also my manga club. I do run an in real life manga club, and I've just brought it to my platform under the name of Monochrome Manga Club. So, yeah, I really enjoyed Volume 1, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in Volume 2, especially with all the questions that I have after reading Volume 1 and some of the decisions that were made. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this one. It is quite a thick, but I don't think it's as thick as Volume 1 was. And, yeah, super looking forward to this one for the prompt of Wrath. And so for the last prompt of Pride, I have two selections that I'm thinking about reading. I'll read either one of these selections for this prompt, but let me tell you what they are first and then I'll explain. So my first selection that I'm thinking about is Volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Library Wars. This one is by Chihiro Yumi, original concept by Hiro Awakawa. This one's published by Viz and is rated older teen. And this one follows a story where the federal government wants to burn all of the books, and the libraries are trying to save the books by working with local governments and creating like a library defense force, I believe, to protect the books. And then my second selection that I'm thinking about for the prompt of Pride is volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Living Room Matsunaga-san. This one is by Keiko Iwashita, published by Kodansha, rated older teen. This is a story about a high school girl who moves into this boarding house and I believe has a romance with the adult kind of caretaker of this boarding house, which is the guy that you see on this cover. The reason I am choosing, or I'm going back and forth between these two selections, is that one of the keywords for Pride is selfishness. And for me, either of these reads would be a selfish read because I really want to get to both of these series, and I kind of have to because they are both my round 3 booktube spin selections. So I'm definitely going to be reading all 6 of these volumes in the month of September because they were my booktube spin selections, but I'm going to count them for the prompt of Pride because it's very selfish of me to choose something that I already wanted to read and kind of have to read for this prompt instead of choosing something else. You could also say that I could use Inuyasha for that. Based on the fact that it's something that I have to read because it's something that I pulled for my TBR game. But I'm going to go with these. So this is what I'm planning to read for the Fullmetal Challenge in the month of September. There is quite a bit of manga on this stack, but I'm just going to say that it is my birthday month in September, so I'm going to allow myself to read a bunch of manga in the month just because I've really been enjoying the manga that I've been reading and it's been keeping my reading up. I do have one light novel, so there is a novel in there, and I did forget to mention to you that I will be starting that one over from the beginning when I do pick it up for the month because it has been some time since I have touched that book. So again, fits the prompt of sloth nicely. But yeah, I'm super excited for this stack, and I'm looking forward to completing another month in the Fullmetal Challenge. Let me know down in the comments below if you are also participating in the Fullmetal Challenge, and if you have a TBR, let me know so that I can go and watch it. As I mentioned, it is my birthday month in September, so if you could leave me a birthday cake emoji down in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out, and that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye!